For Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever at the Butterfly Palace. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, here we are. It's Monday on a holiday week, a short week, which is exciting. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving, but here we are.
It is hard to believe. I feel like it came quickly this year.
Yeah.
We'll get a look at the news. We told you about the violent few weeks in the city of Springfield, and this weekend, even more of the same. On Saturday, a 25-year-old man was shot in the Price Cutter parking lot on National and St. Louis, so a popular store. Nathan Williams was killed. The woman who shot him was questioned by police, but she has not been arrested. A child was on the scene with the woman as well. That child was released to family. No word yet on what led up to the shooting or if this was some sort of a domestic violence situation. So he died at the hospital. Eastgate Avenue in Springfield, it could be extended. City Council is considering a $3 million state grant that would lengthen Eastgate from Division up to LeCompte. City leaders say it would help ease traffic flow and make it possible for more business development in that area.
Trying to think of where that was. I think I know. It's over there by the Costco, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in that area. That's
Yep.
it. Yeah. Eastgate. 4 pedestrians have been killed this year in Springfield. Apparently, the numbers are not just up here, but elsewhere across the country as well. The city started the Springfield Yields campaign, you may recall, back in 2017, and it's been a help, they say. Before that, about 25% of drivers yielded to pedestrians. Now, according to their studies, about 50% do. So that's improvement. It's not as good as it should be, obviously. They've added better crosswalks, touch buttons, lighting, and et cetera for people getting across streets as well.
Yeah, I use a lot of crosswalks in the city. So it's interesting because some of them are really nice now. Like you can hit the button and it will talk to you, which is a little creepy, but awesome. Because it's like a real human's voice. It's not like a recorded. I mean, it is recorded, but what am I trying to say? It's like a real voice that was recorded, not like a computerized tone.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that parking and walking to Springfield Cardinals games. I've heard that a few times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're familiar with what I'm talking about, but they're nice because if you had anyone with sort of any kind of impairment, I don't know, especially visually impaired people, they would be able to hear, like listen for the instruction too. So it's very nice.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Better than beeping. The future of the popular Buffalo River watershed will likely look exactly like it does presently, if the people who voice their opinion over the weekend have their way.
You really screwed up that story. What he's trying to say is that the Buffalo River watershed, the way that it is in its current state, will likely stay that way. Even in the future, it's probably not changing.
Okay. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. I don't think you sold it. That's a better way to say it. I don't know why it was written the way that it was.
Who wrote that?
Who knows? Who knows? But the person who wrote it had a pretty good way of delivering it in a way that sounded more clear. So thank you. About 1,000 people who live nearby said they did not want the area to turn into a nature preserve because it is then sure to attract more visitors. And the locals say that area just can't handle more people. It's got enough already. It's a beautiful area. We've been there several times, but it can't get crowded. A nonprofit called Runway Group surveyed people about changing it. Most of the people in the survey said, thank you, but no thank you. We'll keep it the way it is. Yeah. Which is, I think oftentimes when surveys are done about changing things, the mindset is, no, leave it alone. But, in this case, it seems like they have good reason because just the infrastructure is not there to handle it.
Yeah, maybe. But
correct.
Yeah. So Ozarks City Administrator is making a move to Springfield. Steve Childers will now head up Springfield's Department of Planning and Development. He has been with Ozarks since 2007. I used to work with him all the time at KY3. So congratulations to him and to Springfield for getting him. Some car dealerships are working with Amazon. How about that? Users can now buy a car on Amazon, specifically a new Hyundai vehicle. You will have to pick it up from the dealership, though. It will not be delivered to your doorstep. Dealerships are not required to participate in Amazon's program, but perhaps you're an idiot if you don't, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe not. There's probably lots to it that I have no clue about. I just feel like
I'm sure that's true.
you should probably embrace Amazon because they're Amazon. Even though I don't embrace Amazon, I still like to give myself a gold star for not having an Amazon account. But also, if the whole world is shopping on Amazon, why would you not put your car on there too?
She doesn't have an Amazon account. You use my Amazon account. It's not like
regularly.
You're abstaining from Amazon.
Not regularly. I've maybe purchased 5 items ever in my life on Amazon. 2 of them were cheap triathlon suits, which I then asked you to send back. And you were like, you know what? Amazon wasn't made for you and you were not made for it. So stop the madness.
That is
correct.
correct.
So I did. So I stopped the madness.
It wasn't even free delivery for Prime, and it was from China. So to send them back would have cost
That's
more
why
than
they were so cheaply made. They were so thin. I felt like I had on a piece of paper. It was terrible.
Online shopping is
terrible.
not for you because it just isn't. We have to return everything you buy online shopping.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, good.
I'm just saying though, with a car, there you go. Apparently right now it's just Hyundais, but that could expand.
That doesn't, that whole story. I mean, maybe people in the future will be more apt to buy a car online. I think people want to see a car and feel a car and drive a car before they buy a car.
No. Like, look at all the there's a million online car sites. A million. We've done it before. We bought a car from Florida, sight unseen. Remember that?
I know that, but most people are not like us.
Okay.
We're cool.
No.
Yeah.
He's kidding.
All right. Here we a new innovation hub is headed to Dar College of Agriculture at MSU. The Innovation Hub will have 8,500 square feet in its building at the Ag Center along Kansas Expressway near the FedMed. So you know where that is, just a little bit south of the FedMed. It'll have welding stations, woodworking stations, a shop, and not a shop to purchase thing, a workshop, and more. So there's a lot going on over there.
Yep.
And you probably have heard this by now. Sad story, but it is inevitable. Former First Lady Rosalind Carter passed away yesterday at the age of 96. What a life. She was, of course, the wife of former President Jimmy Carter. President Carter said, quote, "Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I accomplished. She gave me wise guidance and encouragement when I needed it. As long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me." That's an incredible statement. The Carters just marked their 77th wedding anniversary, meaning they became the longest wedded couple ever for a first couple in U.S. history. They surpassed former President George H.W. Bush and Barbara Bush, 73 years of marriage. So I can't imagine that there's going to be another presidential couple that would be able to be married for longer than 77 years. But they were quite a couple. They were always together, and you could tell that they needed each other. So sad to see her go, but boy, they both lived long lives.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing. All right. Finally, on a much lighter note, it is Thanksgiving week, as we mentioned. So good news. Most people have a really short work week. Can you believe it, though? Many stores are going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day. You remember a couple years ago when they all decided to open on Thanksgiving Day, and it was kind of a big stink. You had very polarizing opinions about the topic.
Yeah.
Well, it appears that it wasn't worth it for whatever reason, whether it was the public backlash or whether it was money made, I don't know. But a lot of them now are going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day and then open the following morning, of course, on Black Friday. So here's a couple chain stores for you. Academy and Best Buy opening at 5 a.m. Target, and Walmart opening at 6 a.m. And Bass Pro is indeed going to be open on the holiday, on Thanksgiving Day, and on Black Friday. So one of the few major chain retailers in Bass Pro that will be open on the actual holiday.
I think, Bass Pro is a little bit different just because it's almost like a museum whenever you go there. We go there fairly often with the boy, not really to shop, but just to go hang out and look around.
Yeah.
So I think
Look
there's
at the fish.
I think for some people it's a
take
tradition.
A picture with the bear. Yeah. I
And
mean,
Santa's
I love Bass Pro. I like walking around because it does feel like a museum. It also makes me feel like I'm in rugged terrain, which I prefer. So, yeah, I agree. But I'm sure they'll take some flack for it. But I'm sure also will be true. If you go, you'll find that there are lots of people there.
At Bass Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. It was last year or the Thanksgiving before.
It was like a couple years ago, I think, when your dad was here, right?
I don't know. I don't know. But I think we actually celebrated Thanksgiving on a different day that time because of people in your family working, maybe. And so we just didn't have anything to do on Thanksgiving. So we went to Bass Pro.
Yeah.
And yes, there were indeed a lot of people there. And another thing that it makes it easier for the stores to close down on Thanksgiving now is that their online stores never close. So people can shop and they can put deals online and they're still bringing in some cash without spending much on employees that day. So yeah, I think it's good. We all need a break.
Well, happy Thanksgiving week, guys. I think we'll be off Thursday, Friday, but we will see you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we hope that you join us tomorrow morning.
Sure, we will. Have a great week. Enjoy the short week. We'll see you.
Yeah, we will. Thanks.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday. It is somehow November 20th, and we are waking up with rain on the radar. It's going to be a soggy, kind of dreary day. It's going to be a wet start to the work week. It's a holiday week, a short one, but we are starting with downpours out there and even a few rumbles of thunder that are possible today. So on the radar this morning, we've got rain. It's widespread across the region. And really, I'm expecting this to be the case through much of the day today. On and off rain showers all day long through the afternoon, through this evening, even tonight. That's when some of the heaviest rain will come through the Ozarks, and this will all be tapering off as a frontal boundary passes through. Cold front comes through close to midnight tonight, and then we will see the showers and thunderstorms move on out of here on Tuesday fairly early in the day. But a lot to get to in this forecast. Temperatures this morning, they're starting off okay. We have numbers in the mid 40s, but we're only warming to about 50 today, or low 50s for others around the area. It is going to be kind of a chilly day in the forecast. It's also windy. A southeast breeze is in the forecast today, and that's going to stick around with us for the next couple of afternoons. The headline for today, though, warm and that's a thing of the past. That's what we had for the weekend. Rain continues in the forecast into early Tuesday morning, and the setup favors this heavy rain. We've got low pressure that's moving into the Ozarks, creating widespread rain showers, not just for us here in the Ozarks, but a huge area in the Midwest seeing rainfall today. Heaviest downpours are going to take place down in Louisiana. In fact, there's a chance for severe weather to our south today. It's late in the year for severe weather, but it can happen. Thankfully, no severe weather here, but we might get a rumble of thunder or two, as I mentioned. I think rain will be widespread on the radar all day. High temperature in Springfield of about 50. There may be some places in northern Arkansas that make it to the mid 50s today, but overall cooler than average and a really good chance of rain most of the afternoon. We've also got a really high chance for rain lasting through this evening and overnight tonight. So just plan for the downpours. Remember, headlights on if it's raining and it's daylight. And also, you do need to bring the umbrella, not just today, but if you have any evening plans as well. How much in the rain gauge? a lot in some places. In fact, there may be a couple of areas that get an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall just through Tuesday. There have already been a few places seeing nearly a quarter inch of rain out of this system, and it's going to continue through the rest of the day today, keeping our temperatures down. Local rainfall amounts 1.5 to 2 inches are possible. So that may mean that areas that see some of those embedded thunderstorms get a little bit higher with the rain gauge totals closer to 2 inches in a few places. Southeast wind today near 20 miles an hour, gusts to 30. So not only is it raining sideways, and we have cooler than normal temperatures in the extended outlook too. So quite a change for us this week compared to the relatively mild nice weather that we had around just 1 week ago. The outlook November 26th through December 2nd. So this is the last week of the month. It's looking pretty chilly. It looks like we're going to end the month of November on a kind of cold note. Of course, we started with the record lows. Remember that right after Halloween? It got warm for the first 2 weeks of the month, and now we're heading back into the cool part of the month. Today, high temperature of 50 degrees in the Springfield area. We have cloud cover. I have rain in the forecast, strong southeast wind. That wind, by the way, it becomes a strong northwest wind tomorrow. And I think Tuesday looks really windy too, with highs in the 40s. So Tuesday, the coldest in my forecast as rain showers move out of here. And then I am talking about sunshine that returns to the region Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you have Thanksgiving travel planned and you're staying anywhere local in the Midwest, travel for us is looking pretty good, but that's not the case in other areas around the country. This low pressure system is bringing a widespread rainfall event to the high plains, the Midwest, and even the South, as I mentioned. So that's for today and tomorrow. But this whole system moves east of the area, and for the East Coast, it might be kind of dicey on Thanksgiving and Wednesday ahead of Thanksgiving as well. Travel could be impacted to the Northeast. Rain and maybe even really heavy rain is in the forecast there. So heads up if you have any flights scheduled and you're hitting any of those major airport hubs up to the Northeast, you may just want to check that forecast several times before heading out. All right, it is time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question for today. And it's a great week, not only because it's a holiday week, but we are also welcoming back to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather my husband, Joseph. Thanks for getting up early this morning, Joseph. And we've been missing you, getting ready to answer some of these questions. You must have been studying up.
It's great to be back. I've been very busy, but not too busy for this show.
Thank you.
For your listeners.
We appreciate it. Well, Scooters is now giving away these $20 gift certificates every day. So I've had some people write in an email saying, you say like phone a friend, you can count this as your phone a friend. So today I will have you answer the question that I left everybody with on Friday. And then I'll leave you with the question for tomorrow too. You can take a stab at it and then people can decide if they want to log on to the website and go with you or choose a different answer. So no pressure.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Scooters on the line.
All
right. So here's the question that I left everybody with last week. Which Native American tribe celebrated the first Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims? Do you think it was A, Ottawa, B, Navajo, or C, Wampanoag?
I like that there are only 3 choices. That improves my
chances
odds quite
are
a
higher.
bit.
Yes.
I'm gonna go C, Wampanoag. That just sounds like a tribe that would have been up in the Northeast.
Okay, well,
There you go.
nailed that one. Yeah, somebody commented, nice. You are correct. Yes, C, Wampanoag is the correct answer. Somebody commented on the Facebook page and said, you learned this in the 5th grade. She must be a teacher because she knows like the curriculum when you know this. I did not remember this. I had to look it up, but it is the Wampanoag.
Really good teachers. I'm sure I have been taught this at some point before. It's just lodged somewhere deep in my brain.
Shout out 5th grade teachers. We know this is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
Ms.
the kids
Hicks.
will remember it. What'd you say, Ms. Hicks?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Ms. Hicks. Good job.
Oh, Miss Hennessy. Yeah, she probably would have taught me that.
Oh, okay. Miss Hennessy. They're all great. Thank you, teachers. Yes, this was the Wampanoag tribesmen. About 50 remaining colonists were thought to have attended the first Thanksgiving, and roughly 90 of the Wampanoag tribesmen. So nearly double the colonists. So I thought that was kind of an interesting stat there. But congratulations to everybody that picked C. You are now entered into a poll to win a $20 gift card. And here's your next chance. More Thanksgiving trivia for you. Which U.S. president was the first to officially pardon a turkey? If you're unfamiliar with this, the president pardons a turkey every year, televised every single year. They do it now. Who was the first? Do you think it was A, Abraham Lincoln, B, John F. Kennedy, C, George H.W. Bush, or D, Bill Clinton?
Oh man, I feel like I should know this. But I'm gonna. Maybe this is a bad guess, but I know he had a great sense of humor. I'm gonna go with A, Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Yeah, he was known for his sense of humor and his wit. I think that's a pretty clever and funny thing to do.
Well, and very pro-Thanksgiving, because he also is the one, that was a question of mine last week. Abraham Lincoln also officially made Thanksgiving a national holiday. So you're doubling down. A, Abe Lincoln for Joseph's guess. If you would like to go with Joseph, pick A. If you want to pick somebody else, you may do that. And I will let everyone know if or what the correct answer is tomorrow morning, but I'll leave you hanging.
It's just a total guess, everybody. So don't let me lead you
It makes
astray.
sense, though, the sense of humor,
it makes sense, yeah.
and the history of really liking Thanksgiving. So I will let you know early tomorrow morning. Joseph, thank you for being our trivia guesser again.
Thanks for having me. It's
You're
good to be
welcome.
back. It was good to get in the win column with the Wampanoag tribe.
Yeah. Starting your Monday off right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you all for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. I appreciate it. Everybody stay safe out there in the rain. I expect that it's just going to be kind of a dreary, soggy day. So stay dry, and I will chat with you all early tomorrow morning. And have a fantastic day. It's only going to be about 50 degrees today, so grab the coat if you haven't left yet.
Go Chiefs.